Hello, Magic Casters of all shapes and sizes! My name is Chance, welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the 67th episode of our first level spell series! Today we're going to be taking a look at Snare. Now this particular gem is usable by the Druid, Ranger, Wizard, and Artificer, and so quite a variety of the casting classes, and it is found in the Xanathar's Guide to Everything book, so it's pretty cool. I really like this one. Before we get too far into this video and take a look at its mechanics, I just want to say that this video is dedicated to the fantastic mad lad himself, Tanner Frazier. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. You're always in the chat, you're always in the live stream, and you're always contributing, and I just love that so much. So thank you, my friend. I really appreciate the support. With that out of the way, let's take a look at its mechanics. The cast time is 1 minute, which is quite long for a first level spell, and it's the main reason people do not choose this one. However, I'll explain a way around that pretty quick. The range is touch, the duration is an impressive 8 hours, and the effect at a glance is as followed. Prepare a 5-foot radius magical trap. When a small to large creature moves over the area, they must make a dexterity save. On a failed save, they are hoisted upside down 3 feet into the air and have the restrained condition until the end of the spell. The saving throw is repeated at the end of each turn. The trap can be detected by an investigation check versus your spell save DC. A creature can release another by making a successful Arcana check against your spell save DC. The components are somatic and material. If you're curious about the material component, you should be. It's 25 feet of rope, which the spell consumes, so it is a necessary component. You can't get away with just using any old focus. And the somatic, meaning you have to gesture with one hand. The school is Abjuration, which is pretty interesting. I would have thought enchantment, but whatever, Abjuration works too. And just something to quickly touch on, please note that in the component section, verbal is not a component. That plays in later. Alright, now let's take a look at the full description. I gotta warn you, this is a wordy one, so I do apologize, but it's just the way Wizards did it. As you cast this spell, you use the rope to create a circle with a 5-foot radius on the ground or the floor. When you finish casting, the rope disappears and the circle becomes a magic trap. This trap is nearly invisible, requiring a successful intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC to be discerned. The trap triggers when a small, medium, or large creature moves onto the ground or the floor in the spell's radius. That creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be magically hoisted into the air, leaving it hanging upside down 3 feet above the ground or the floor. The creature is restrained there until the spell ends. A restrained creature can make a dexterity saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. Alternatively, the creature or someone else who can reach it can use an action to make an intelligence arcana check against your spell save DC. On a success, the restrained effect ends. After the trap is triggered and the spell ends, then no creature is restrained by it. Very cool stuff. If you're curious about the restrained condition in of itself, a restrained creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and when the creature rolls its attack rolls, it has disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws as well. Very cool stuff, and very interesting because it has to make a dexterity saving throw to try and get out of there, so it does so with disadvantage, which is pretty cool. It's kind of a built-in fail-safe kind of mechanic, and it makes sense from a logical perspective as well. Needless to say, I really like this one. I've personally used it to some pretty cool effects over the years, and you know, honestly, I know why it gets a bad rep, but I'm gonna share with you kind of good ways around that. Without further ado, let's take a look at its alternative uses. So the main alternative use that I've had the most success with is using it to booby trap an object. A good example would be a chest of drawers that are likely to be rummaged through. It makes a lot of sense to put the trap there, and as soon as they stand there, it hoists them up, and if you use an alarm spell or something like Magic Stone, you can actually make that a little bit more pronounced. Like, you can alert yourself, basically, if that makes sense. Another great way to take advantage of this spell, and this is a great way to get over the cast time and the range of touch, is have your familiars set up the spell. The familiars usually have quite good stealth. In this example, we're going to be using the cat, which has a bonus to stealth, which is really nice. Check out the familiar videos if you're not familiar with all of them. And you can just deliver it through the familiar. Makes sense. Set it up on a doorway or some other fairly open space, and just sit back and watch the action play out. Personally, I really like this one. A lot of DMs use it as well, so it's something to be alert for if you're in someone's home doing a B&E campaign, or in a particularly overly trapped dungeon. Just something to keep your eye out for. That being said, I want to take a moment to thank our fantastic patrons, Marcos G. Guzman Jr., Reina, Tanner Frazier, who this video is dedicated to, Kenny Garcia, Bruce T, and Tato Seal. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it, so thank you for joining the guild. We also do the daily live streams every day from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so if you have any questions regarding D&D, or if you just want to chill out and chat, please feel free to drop by. We always love seeing new faces, and if you like that cool hand-drawn Warforge on screen, and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D picture, please check out our Patreon videos to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate having you here. And if you have any cool ideas on how to use Snare, please put them down in the comment section below. And as always, happy casting.